Aquarius, this is Just with your April 1st to the 15th, 2018 reading. I hope you guys are having an enjoyable day so far. So Aquarius, I do see for some of you, there was an offer of some sort. It was like on the table and then it immediately was off the table. So, grand opening, grand closing for some of you, right? But I do see that something else came in weight of that. Okay. So some of you, I definitely see that there was a moving forward with a company. If you have your own business, you have possibly made a proposal of some sort and it went successfully. Excuse me. You may have had to change your approach to something. Your approach was a little bit off-putting. Okay. And so again, after taking a step back or going into counsel, you may have had to ask someone something and they said, hey, listen, go about it this way. Why don't you do it that way? Is when you started to see things work in your favor. Okay. So taking a moment to yourself, seeing things a different way, knowing that in some aspects you do have to follow protocol. Yes, you too have to, do things in a traditional form of fashion. Will yield you better results at this time. So don't try to be too outside of the box at this time. Just stay with what's tried and true. Be as ethically sound as you possibly can and things will work for you. Although you may find that to be very exhausting, but you've got to do it. Now, I do see that for some of you, you may have made a decision recently, gotten some news, made a decision that you needed to, again, take a minute to process, or you needed to go and be counseled by someone. That's going to prove beneficial for you guys right now. I do see some upswing for some of you as far as your finances are concerned. It's a little bit. I don't see like money raining down on you guys, but there will be some form of an increase. You may even be up for review. So you may find that you do get your 3%. Some of you are in a typical corporate environment. I think it's what, 3-4%. So you may find that you get your 3%, your percentages due you. Others of you may even find that you're being offered a position that is higher. You may get a promotion to some extent for some of you. Now, I do feel that for some of you, there's an uptick, and I'm glad to be able to give this to Aquariuses because some of you have been on a downward spiral or things have not necessarily been going your way. Some of you have had, again, this decision that you made is proving beneficial. A lot of you are doing pretty okay for yourselves. Some of you that weren't, you're starting to do okay for yourself. But I do feel like there's an element of you feeling like you have to manipulate something, or at least you're thinking that you're manipulating something. Just be very careful if you're doing anything, again, that's lacking integrity, that you're lying, you're being deceitful, you're going to get found out. You don't even know, you don't even realize that you're going to get found out. And I felt that some of you, it may even be illegal. So be careful because you're being watched. And I feel like there's a mole, like there's even a mole put there to watch you, a decoy or some form of a mole, but you're being watched and you literally have no clue. Like there's no place you can hide. You may be trying to avoid one thing only to be caught in a different way. So you're going to get caught. If you're trying to, hide from one person, a different person is going to catch you that you're not even paying attention to. So be careful. You don't have eyes in the back of your head. Some people think that they do, but in essence, you don't have eyes in the back of your head. And so therefore, you may very well get caught up. Okay. So be very careful with that. Okay, guys, I do see you getting found out. If some of you are feeling like, well, it's not me, I'm doing everything fine. There may be someone else, could be a Libra or Aquarius such as yourself, or Gemini. It doesn't have to be, but it just gives you that energy of someone who is, lying, being deceitful. If that's happening to you, you're going to find out. Okay. And I feel like you're going to find out when you don't even see it coming because you're not even focused on it. So some of you, you're going to find some form of truth coming out. And you don't even suspect someone doing wrong. Like you really don't. The reason why it makes it very difficult for you to catch this person is because they stick to the narrative. They don't change from it. If they're saying that they're working, they always say that they're working. Things may be happening like cheating, deceit, lying, maybe happening at the workplace. So the person comes home every day at the same time. You know, the person does the same activities that they normally would do. But there's going to be, it could be an aspect that is squaring them, squaring you, opposing you, that sort of thing. That's going to bring things to the forefront. Okay, it's going to illuminate things. So be very careful with that. I definitely see some hidden things being very hidden lies, especially in the second week or third week. That you're going to have to deal with some type of lies and deceit. You guys lying. You may be lying to your supervisor, trying to get out of this job to go to another one. You may be lying because you may have someone pregnant at the workplace. I do see someone that could be pregnant and you're not telling anyone about anything, that you're about to be a father, and no one knows. Like, no one knows that you're about to be a father, and you could be completely confused. There could be two people that you have in rotation, particularly Aquarius men I'm speaking of. There may be two women that you have in rotation. One of them could be pregnant. The other person is suspecting it. She may even know and not saying anything. Someone may know exactly what you're up to, exactly what you're doing, but they're just reserving the right to say anything at a specific time. Because I do get, when this comes out, it will be at the time it needs to come out. So don't think for all of the lying that you're getting away, or the person felt like they were getting away. They may have felt that way, but when it comes out, it was supposed to come out at that time. Okay. As far as love is concerned, I already touched on that. I definitely see some lying. I do see some cheating. I do see deceit. That's very clear. If you guys saw these cards, then you would say, yeah, yeah. I feel like there's, I feel like it's really happened. It's coming from, it could come from either person. I can't say it's really coming from the male aspect. It's coming from both. But I feel somebody is aware that there's something going on. They're just not talking about it. You're just not going to say anything right now. In other aspects, as far as a relationship is concerned, I feel someone may have wanted a real relationship. Like, there was an offer of like, would you be mine? Can we really make this real? And some of you may feel like, I got him. Finally, I got him. He finally, relented, and we're in a relationship now. And it could have come off of the heels of you kind of giving an ultimatum and saying, I'm not going to speak to you anymore. This is over. I don't just want this. I want more. And after a time of reprieve and thinking about things, there's been this, wanting to be together. Be careful, because if someone is coming back out of being given an ultimatum, be very careful, because I feel that down the line, they're going to do everything they can to not solidify this marriage and to get out of it. Or this person will find themselves cheating on you just because they really didn't want to do it to begin with, but just because they was confused in the moment, they decided to do it. So I would be careful to not give anyone an ultimatum. Others of you, obviously, there is sometimes, under the moons and the stars in the sky, there will be some pregnancies coming about. There may be the woman in your life may not be telling you that she's pregnant. She may not tell you for the next 2 months or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, until she's 2 months or 3 months pregnant. You may not even know that she's pregnant. And I definitely see, socially, if you're single, I feel that there is, you guys are just kind of dating out of coping. Like you're not really interested in anyone. You're not really sure if any of this would amount to anything, but you're just doing it, I feel, to get your rocks off, to feed, not even an ego. It's kind of something to do. And at the same time, it's to kind of soothe some form of loss or hurt that you've experienced with another person. Like you was hurt by someone else, or you've lost someone else. So now it's like you're just out there, feeding yourself just to feed yourself. And I don't feel like it's amounting to anything physical, but I feel like, you're kind of being entertained or entertaining yourself with a couple of people, but you're very confused about where all this is going to go if you're single. And for others of you that may not be single. But as far as like an actual relationship, for some of you, there's definitely deceit going on here. And a person is kind of reserving, making a further decision of, do I leave my relationship and move on to this situation until until a specific time is what I'll say. Others of you, as far as like you're not going through all of that, I have to wrap this up. This is 10 minutes. I feel that you and your mate may be hiding something. Could be hiding the fact that you're about to have a baby, or you're pregnant, that sort of thing, and you're reserving it for a specific time, and there's going to be a lot of celebration, and everyone is going to be happy for you. But you guys are going to feel very overwhelmed and preparing for the baby. Some of you, maybe preparing for a wedding, and then, working a lot because you have to pay for this wedding, and still not really being sure. I just get this not really being sure about a situation, but going through with it anyway. Okay. Some of you may be not sure if this baby is yours, is what I get as well. So that's kind of what I see for the 2 weeks for those of you who can relate to this. If you would like to share with us how this all relates to you, please do so. If you would just like to leave a comment, please do so in the comment section below, respectfully, of course. And I never say that, but I just decided to say it now. But if you would like a personal with me, I can be reached in the description box below. You can tell that you are second to last video, right, in my voice. Some of you, maybe. If you're new, you may not know. But if you are new, subscribe, because I will be back very soon with another one. Take care, Aquarius.